No, I got to lean in.
What is going on, everybody? It is me again and us, and it is time to lean in for the Housewives of Potomac. What's going on? Happy Monday, Asia, Jazz, and Antonio.
Hello.
What's going on? I don't know why I thought last week was Thanksgiving, but that was the week before last, right?
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. Because it went up a week. Usually it's like the last week, but
Oh yeah, you're right. Because I was still eating leftovers. Like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
you
Nonetheless,
still eating leftovers last week?
no,
That's why he was not feeling that well last week.
Ooh.
I was feeling fine. What's going on to everybody in the chat? I saw that Rose was here at 3 o'clock. Well, 3 o'clock my time. So 2 hours ago, waiting in this chat for the show. So hopefully we deliver and give you a good show. Derek is here. David is here. Cassie, Jamie, Dwayne, Chase is here.
House today.
Sass K, what's going on, Sass? If you're here, let us know you in the chat. It's gonna be a good show. It was a really good episode. I will say a really good episode. I think Potomac have definitely been delivering. They are really trying to make us believe that this is probably one of their best seasons, but time will still tell. I don't know. We did not do a video for the mid-season trailer, so of course, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I won't show the clips because I ain't trying to get snatched like we do. So we can just kind of briefly talk about the mid-season trailer and some moments that we're looking forward to. And I'll start by saying it looks like Karen is the focal point of the second half of the season. Antonio, what's some highlights from the trailer that you can't wait to see?
Karen versus Charisse. I'm ready to see that. I always enjoy Karen slaying Robyn. Whether I believe what Karen's saying, for example, one girlfriend looks like her, fine. Right. I'm sorry, Karen, you look amazing for 5'9", but never mind. So I'm ready to see that. So it really does seem like this first half to me was really good, but it seemed like the second half they really kind of putting a foot on the gas and mashing.
It seemed like everybody is working this
stepping
season.
up. Yeah,
that's the thing.
I
don't
like
like
that.
Nobody, even Jacqueline this episode, she trying to get her little.
She tried and got to host it down.
Right.
Okay, second half. I'm just glad it's off of, for the most part, off of Ashley and Candace for the most part, because it's tired. We're tired of it.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see Karen clock in. Like, I like seeing her activated. And Charisse with them big old arms, like that was my favorite part of the trailer.
Baby, she was beating like Donkey Kong on that fucking tape.
Right, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what the name is of the person I'm thinking about? Donkey Kong, that's it.
That was some Donkey Kong. So yeah, I'm excited. And then like they even got Wine mad saying he gonna cut some bitches out. Like, I knew he was sassy.
Juan said,
it's giving Juan Dixon is going to be here.
Yeah.
You're going to be so glad that Juan Dixon is going to be
here. He coming to the reunion. He coming to the union.
He need to, for one.
He ain't got no choice. He ain't going to want to because of that little scandal got going on, but
he going to have to.
You said what?
He going to have to.
Yeah.
He got no choice.
It's been like, what, 2 years, right, since he came? He didn't come in the yellow. He didn't come in the pink, right?
Did he come in the white? Because the white was before the yellow, right?
Yeah, but the yellow was when she said, "I'm so glad Juan Dix is."
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't come the last two. I think he came in the white. No,
I don't remember.
Child.
You know what? He did come in the white because that's when the whole sucking his meat stuff. Michael said he was there. Yeah.
Jazz, what you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing Karen clock the fuck in. I'm ready to see her let the fuck loose. And I'm ready to see the cast trip. I'm glad that it's out of the country, right? It is out of the country.
They're going to not Cancun, it's what's past Cancun that people go to?
Cabo, Tulum.
Not Cabo, it's
Tulum.
They're going to Tulum.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to see them go out of the country. And I'm ready to see Robyn's interaction with Karen saying the same shit that everybody said for years and years and years and years. I'm just ready to see if they take the same route. So
okay. Well, it is definitely going to be a really a good second half of the season. You know, Karen is activated after this episode. I see why. But we're gonna talk about Karen. You know, I do love Karen, and Danny's not here today. Danny couldn't make it today, but one thing Danny always says, Danny loves Karen, but he knows she be lying. And I will say that lady knows she be lying, but I love Karen. So we're gonna talk about her later on. But of course, again, hit that like button and subscribe. I know y'all see Sass K telling y'all to hit that like button. It was 46, you said it, and now it's 57. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's get into the episode. A lot to discuss. This episode, they're still on this damn boring ass Miami trip. Boring. I say boring
ass trip.
I went on better trips in college when I had just turned 21 in Miami.
Right. They ain't doing nothing out of the ordinary. Everything is just kind of like bare minimum. I feel like the budget may have just been low, or maybe because Mia planned it, which was also mean
Mia really did pay for this.
Also budget low.
So also budget low. And so the episode picks up with they having a dinner at the house. They're wearing all white. I don't know who said in the chat. Who said that Charisse was putting so much starch on her dress? Who said that? Was it Danny or Jay?
That was Danny that said that. Yeah.
First of all, it wasn't a dress. It was an oversized button down. Let's just be clear that she made into a dress. And everybody got their all white on, but Mia is not there. Jacqueline is the new coordinator, or as late as we find out, the representative for Mia. And she has said that Mia is not feeling well. So, you know, Giselle and Karen are downstairs, and Karen is just telling Giselle that, you know, Mia is not going to be planning anything anymore after the conversation they had last time. You know, their little conversation last week. And so all the ladies come down, they all sit down, and they actually start off with a very light moment. They start off by giving their favorite Karen moment. So I wanted to ask y'all, what did they... I feel like my favorite Karen moment was actually there, which was Clankety Clank. And I'm surprised that Giselle was the person to say it. Honestly.
Surprised?
I was. I thought she would have came with something a little whack, but that actually was my favorite. What would be y'all's favorite Karen moment that you could think of?
Wig slide, I think, is definitely.
Wig slide, yeah.
The wig slide was my favorite. I redid that on my bachelorette trip on the boat. I redid it. Like I got a whole video of me like, hold on. And I wrapped it like Candace said. I literally wrapped it.
Mine is the wig slip. I love that shit. Because I mean, she just switched that shit every which way, and that shit still was not falling right. So I love that.
They didn't ask Wendy, but I felt like she probably she wasn't there. Sorry, she wasn't there. But I feel like she would have said slithering.
Slither, yeah.
I thought about too. I thought somebody else would have said it. I don't remember the one moment that Ashley mentioned, which was when she had her wig on. I
remember that.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was a while. But it seemed like everybody's thing was the wig, and definitely Clankety Clank, because she read the hell out of Ashley and her husband that episode on the farm. But yeah, so everybody gives their moments, the wig shift, some kissing thing, the wig, all that. So after that, they have like a fire show. And it's like a fire show in white, and Karen is just over there licking her lips, like she like turned on. I don't know if they edited it to be that way, but I mean, her face was given like she was getting hot and bothered. No shade.
She said she liked this.
She did say she liked it, so I'm gonna say she was. And so Ashley kind of kicks it off and asks Karen and Mia about their conversation. They talk about, you know, Wendy not coming and basically the lunch they had earlier. Karen talks about the lunch they had and that she basically feels it was a good lunch, not only because she got to see Wendy, but also because Ashley and Candace kind of had a come to Jesus moment and they were able to put their differences aside. And so in the midst of that, Ashley says, well, honestly, you know, we did put them to the side, but I still got some stuff I want to talk about. And she brings up these tweets and these messages and stuff that Chris has been putting on Twitter. And so apparently, you know, around this time, if you were on Instagram or Twitter, Chris was like going off because at this moment he was under fire. So he was going off about all the allegations and stuff from Giselle. Everything that Ashley and Giselle were saying, he was going off. And so they asked Candace about it. Candace says, yes, he did. It was about both of y'all. He's upset that y'all making these lies. And she was like, who's next? Who else got something? Who else wanted? And so she goes around the table. Ashley don't like it. I guess Ashley like her response. And she throws out the word, her being defensive, which all the girls at that point picks it up. I think Mia says it, and everybody kind of piggybacks off of her being defensive. So I'll stop there and ask y'all thoughts on that part of up until that point. Jazz.
Whew, that was a lot of shit.
There was a lot. There was a lot.
Well,
that's why I have to break it down right there.
I mean, honestly, like it was pretty slow up until that point. But when it comes down to the tweets and stuff like that, like I feel like bringing that up in that time was just inappropriate. Like it just was something that they were trying to pick up just to start some shit. Like I felt like, honestly, since Robyn, Candace came there and she wasn't on Robyn's side and then listened to comment, I feel like that was just like her target. Mm-hmm. So I feel like when that whole shit happened, it was just like, okay, we bringing this up, we gonna do this. And then of course I know you didn't say nothing about Jacqueline, but who the fuck is Jacqueline? Like I just didn't understand like none of that. So it was what it was, but yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like, when it comes to that situation, men don't get to say their side of the stuff or be able to share their disdain for shit like that. So I think that it's okay. It's gaslighting to me because I feel like him feeling that way is warranted. Yeah. So whatever.
I agree. Aisha?
I mean, kudos to Candace. I feel like she was just, okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. He don't like that.
So was like, he said it. I'm not going to entertain anything else. Like, yeah. What else?
Yeah. No, what's next? Right. And when they were like, well, what was the rumor? Candace was really smart right then and there to not say it out loud. Because if she said it, then it would have been an argument. So she was just like, no, I'm not talking about it. You're a liar. You know that you're a liar. And I don't have to defend it. And I'm not going to. So what's next? And I love that for her because that's her growth on this show. And that is what me as a Candace fan, that's what I wanted to see. And who is the fuck is that girl at the end in the white?
What is her name?
Did she, first of all, go back. Did she bring glam? Because she
didn't soap, toiletries, nothing.
She looked like she used Mia makeup and didn't let Mia put none on because Mia's craters were showing, and that girl's face was just gold.
She looked like
not gold. Now she was a gold member.
But yeah, kudos to Candace. That's what I wanted to see for that moment. Absolutely. Yeah, my husband don't fuck with you,
bitch.
And really quick, Antonio, I didn't mention it because it was the same scene, but this is, for those that obviously are recap-wise, this is where Jacqueline chimes in. So Mia chimes in first, and Mia says that it's interesting that Candace is being defensive about her husband, but supporting what Wendy did. She makes the comment, but, Candace pays it, and that's when Jacqueline comes in, and she tells her, I would not be bombarded by Mia's representative. And that's how they get into it. Go ahead, Antonio.
I thought the scene was good. I thought it started off, normal. They was kind of like having some fun and, some little lighthearted moments. And then they got into the nitty gritty. I did not mind, as I agree with Jasmine, I did not mind Chris saying what he said on Twitter. I also didn't mind the other women bringing it up just because, it was, I guess, towards them and they're on the show. And I know they have to kind of bring these things up and have shit out and stuff like that. So I didn't mind either way. I do think that Candace let Jacqueline off a little bit easy, but I am glad at how she handled it. To me, I don't dislike Candace, but I'm not a fan either, but I've enjoyed seeing how she's been moving up until, this episode. To me, she is truly stepping into being a housewife, and she handled that situation like a pro. When she went around to everybody, I kind of lived for that. When she said, you got some, you next, and everybody was mum. Nobody had nothing.
Ashley hated it. She was just like, all she could say
is the firing squad. Yeah, clearly it is. You brought it up and you started it. Now I'm finna finish.
You wanted a reaction.
I brought my gun too.
They wanted a moment to make it, and I think she just kind of shut it down.
Yeah. And she still kind of gave a moment, but she was in control of the moment that she gave. And I was all for it. 100%.
I agree.
It's what y'all been asking for from her.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm glad that she pointed out the fact that in one breath y'all say I'm aggressive, and then the next breath
I like that she said that too.
You know, I'm defensive. So
did y'all peep what she said? And she said, "Now when I cuss y'all the fuck out," somebody was like, "Oh, here we go," and they thought that that's what she was about to do.
Right.
Yeah.
They got excited.
Yeah.
And she didn't give it to them, and they were just
right.
I like that she put that in there. When I cuss y'all the fuck out, y'all are gonna say I'm aggressive. And we know that they have done that, but you know, going back to the whole colorism.
Said, now, when I cuss y'all the fuck out, y'all gonna say I'm aggressive.
Yeah.
She should have said that, but when Robyn do it, she wasn't being restrained. She wasn't told she had to say that. She was just getting up. She wasn't gonna do nothing.
Right. She was just walking towards that lady.
She was walking towards the lady.
Right. Just
she was aggressive. All right, so after dinner, nothing really happens at that moment, but the next day, they were all getting ready for the day. They're going to actually separate later into two separate groups. But Mia is like talking, I think she's having a conversation with Jacqueline, I believe. She was just like, why, if Wendy's not there, why did Candace stay? Like questioning her loyalty. And I'm like, wrong thing to question, because you and Jacqueline are like a glass house at this moment. I don't know what y'all got. I don't know if y'all secret lovers, half wives. I don't know what y'all are. y'all are weird, and y'all are not friends. Let's be clear. Clearly, looking at this day, we know that.
They have soul ties because they done fucked and they can't get rid of each other.
The only thing they share is men and deodorant. Clearly, that's.
But the difference is that Candace and Wendy are both actual cast members on the show. So because they're still filming, it wouldn't have made any sense for Candace to distance herself from the group and go over with Wendy, being that they didn't want Wendy around. Yeah. So to compare Candace and Wendy to Mia and her help, I don't, because the help is she's there. You there is a plus one. Legit. You ain't holding no champagne flute, no nothing. You're not doing nothing. So those two shouldn't have even been compared. Jacqueline can't leave and go somewhere else because who the fuck, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. She's just gonna be over there at a hotel by herself. So you would have to go over there with her because no cameras are gonna follow her over there to film what she's doing.
Well, you know what? I think they are doing a good job thus far in terms of, like, you know, Karen, Candace, and even Ashley, whether it's performative or not, they're allowing her to film, because you do know when you're not filming, that's your chick, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I'm glad that Wendy stayed, because it seemed like she still had people in her corner, like they're, you know, and so it's working to an extent, and it's making for, so it's not making for good TV that she's not there, but they're obviously that they're fighting for her to be there. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you all think it's crazy? And we're gonna talk about it later. The more that it's more Ashley than Candace or Karen, who are like her more closer friends, or no? You think? I think
it's to me it seemed even, because Candace told her to come to the boat, then Ashley told her to come to dinner, and
that's true.
The lunch was mutual, so the lunch was all of them. So it seemed.
But the lunch was the last night. I'm sorry, not lunch, the dinner. I feel like it was kind of off, but we'll get to that part. So the next scene, Candace talked to Charisse, and they kind of talk more so about, you know, Candace talks about how she's just over it in the conversation. She feels like that, you know, these girls are just like not on her side. And she talks about the lies about Chris and what happened at the table. But she also tells Charisse that she feels like her divorce is fake. Charisse says that she does not think it's fake. And, you know, just that's what they kind of leave off on. And I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like Candace was wrong for saying it. I mean, they've all kind of said it was fake. I mean, Karen, and all of them have alluded to it being fake. So this is the first time, I think, other than the first episode, that we've heard Candace mention it about it being fake. Because at this moment, she's obviously mad at Ashley. Her and Ashley are back into it. So she's in that space of, girl, whatever you want to call it. So any thoughts on that scene? No. To talk about? Okay.
I mean, I can understand why Candace would possibly think it's fake, though. Hell, looking at it on the TV, we've been thinking like, well, damn, is they really getting a divorce? Right. And they could buy a house together in a LLC and all whatever the fuck they doing.
Lying, but
I mean, everybody, like you said, everybody has said it, so it's just like,
yeah, everybody said it. Everybody believes it, kind of.
Yeah,
so.
even Cherie said, "Yeah, I did initially."
Right. And Giselle has asked her in front of everybody, okay, so you lying. She just flat out said you lying. So, girl.
Right. You're lying to me.
Yeah, Karen said, this ain't no damn divorce.
She did.
Yes, she did.
This ain't no damn divorce. 5'9" on your ass.
So they split up into two separate groups again. Robyn, Candace, Ashley, and Charisse are together, and Karen, Mia, Giselle, and Jacqueline are together. Karen, Mia, Jacqueline, and Giselle, they get these Lamborghinis and they go riding around the town. Karen, Mia has, I guess, put her differences aside, and she's gonna push through with helping Karen celebrate her birthday. I will say now, was this trip her birthday trip, or was they supposed to give her one day? Because at this moment, it's like, I am feeling like Giselle, like, girl, your birthday was yesterday. I'm tired of hearing about it. Because she is constantly.
I thought the trip just so happened to fall during her
right.
birthday.
And it's a bit overkill to me, but, if it was her trip, then I guess. I don't know. That's just me.
When she said, like, she invited me to a trip, and I was like, it's my birthday. She's like, no worries. Oh, it'll be your trip. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't like that on my birthday. When I'm on my birthday, it's my birthday. So I get it.
Yeah, my birthday all month too. But now I see how it looks because I'll be forcing the people.
I understand it, but I feel like in this moment, I don't think it was her birthday. If she had planned it or something, then I feel like, okay, but she didn't plan it. She kind of relied on her, Mia, to plan it or whatever. To me, it's like, I'm tired of hearing about it. No shade. That's just
I will say, I am glad that Mia, that she split Giselle and Robyn up, and Robyn was like so over it. It was like they had split her up from her husband or something. She was like,
well, she's been split from her husband for many years. Yeah, was split, so it wouldn't be a problem. But in that group with Robyn, Ashley, and Charisse, Candace wants to invite Wendy to the boat. And so she asked Robyn. I thought that was nice that she didn't just do it. She was like, would it be okay? Of course, Robyn got to talking in her deep voice. And it was like, I don't know.
I don't care.
But
then she's rolling her eyes and shit like that. So clearly you care.
I'm like, speak up. Just say yes or no at this point. You obviously don't, but good that she asks, showing her, I guess she's still a friend to her or whatever. And so Wendy arrives. And when Wendy arrives, of course, Robyn gets to looking over her phone and looking out the window. She just really acknowledging that Wendy's there. Wendy's really unbothered. She don't really care at this moment. I think she kind of sees these girls. And so I'm curious to see how she moves post this trip with the rest of the group. Because they're not on a trip. They have to film other scenes. Are they going to give her the Monique treatment and not film with her? Like, I'm curious to see what happens.
Right.
They have the option because she didn't do nothing. Like,
yeah, but you still have to, in Housewives, you have to, other than group scenes, like, for example, let's say, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a spoiler alert. When Robyn has her bachelorette weekend, she's not gonna invite Wendy or Robyn. I'm telling you right now.
Karen.
I'm sorry, Wendy or Karen, correct. That's not happening. So but yeah, so I feel like I hope it doesn't carry from the trip. Like, I need them to like move past it, but this cast, they really do that whole I don't want to film with you, let me ice her out type thing. I really hate that with any type of but so yeah, Wendy gets there and Candace asks her, or somebody asks her, was it Charisse? Asked her about her wedding, right? Or asked her about her wedding and stuff like that.
Okay.
I was like, I really don't talk about those things with people I don't like. First, she said something small. And I'm like, of course it's going to be something small, probably non-existent. But then she says that it's something that, she don't want to talk about people. In other words, she don't want to talk about it in front of Wendy. And, Wendy's like, okay, whatever. And they go on this actual boat. It's kind of like a paddle boat or whatever. And, I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all feel like Wendy's presence is missing? Because early in the season, I felt like she was out of place. But somehow along the way, I feel like her presence to me is kind of missing out in some of the trips. In some of the scenes. But what are y'all thoughts?
I agree. I think it is missing for me, and mainly because when the trip initially started, I guess she was a big part of what what happened and what occurred and what kind of caused, I guess, the division. So I do think that for me, it is kind of missed amongst the group when I see all of them sitting there, especially when I see, Sharice and her motherfucking no lashes having ass. So yeah.
I agree, Tammy. The boat was very Groupon. Like,
with that damn boat, I thought they was gonna be on like a yacht or something.
I would never think that I would be in Miami pedaling on the lazy river. I would never think.
Not the lazy river. I'm crying.
Like,
how geriatric can you get?
Like, the trip gets worse. I just don't understand that. Like, Miami pedal boat.
Miami is a fun place. This was not fun.
Where is the yacht? Where is
this is where the retirees live.
They was in Boca Raton.
They was in Boca.
The people to Boca Raton.
You said we was going to Miami, not Boca.
Man.
Lord Jesus.
Not me planning to triple my salary. I don't know what she planned it with, but for somebody that said something was so low budget last year, they need to wear her ass out, because I can't feel like anybody felt like this trip was fun. Regardless of the drama, it was not fun. It was boring for Miami.
Yeah.
That was just boring, period. Like, it made me look at the whole unit as like, what are we watching? If Nick is not fighting, we really not watching nothing, because this is some boring ass old women with two nieces. It's two nieces in a group, and y'all some boring ass oldies.
That's why they keep on arguing, because they're not doing shit.
Ashley and Candace.
Yeah.
But Wendy and Mia are like the same age, like 37, maybe.
Yeah.
Pretty young.
I said who the nieces were.
Oh.
Man.
Okay. Hey, that's her square.
But she's trying to say they young too. No.
Trying to say they young, but Asia said they ain't. Whatever.
That's why they keep on arguing, because they're not doing shit. If they was actually doing shit, they wouldn't be sitting around in each other's faces.
We could have did Versace Mansion. They could have went parasailing.
Byron said he don't even want to go to Miami. It was so dry. Miami don't give that. If you've never been, Miami is a lot of fun.
Miami is fun.
It's expensive. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. When I hear budget, I don't think of Miami. Like, you can't go there on a budget because it's very expensive.
You go clubbing, sections, bottles.
Hookah is $100. Sure they probably would have went to the strip club.
Hookah is $100, and that's the small one.
Yeah.
Them hoes got $100. I know. Even Robyn. Go
to Miami with Chase. Chase was in Miami recently. Danny lives in Miami. Danny gonna show you a good time anywhere you drinking. So yeah, go to Miami, hang out with them.
I love Miami.
All right, so let's move past that. So they're getting ready for dinner, and Candace asks, "Can Wendy come to the final dinner?" Mia was like, I've already said no, so no. And I guess that's that on that. She did ask, she tried, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. She does mention, I don't know to who, but she mentioned, I guess Ashley got up in the middle of the night with her little kid's body, butt naked, and she went out. I guess Jacqueline saw it, and Jacqueline was like that she was her type. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But they kind of had this conversation about Jacqueline and Mia, like what men they've shared. I think Mia said that she was dating a guy, and I don't know if Jacqueline wanted to know what it was like, but she told her she could do it with the guy. I don't know. Listen,
that was a lot.
It was weird. It's getting weird, as Nene said.
She said that she was in a relationship that she didn't want to leave, but she knew the dude was cheating on him, and the reason she didn't want to leave was because
the sex was good. Yeah,
and she was like, "You should try it."
This TKC, I agree with this. I don't know if I feel like if I was Wendy, I would have just been showing up.
Yeah.
But it seems like production still has to approve it or something like that in some type of way, because I'm like, if production is mainly paying for these trips or whatever, how is a housewife, even though it's like, okay, well, this person is hosting it, how are they able to override what production says and be like, no, this person can't come?
I think they just because the Ashley went out there and invited her. I think Wendy was coming anyway. I think that was just like the setup to make it seem
okay.
Like.
You think so?
No. I know so because
Wendy ain't came to shit else.
Right.
She went to they were gonna film with her. I feel like this. They're gonna film with Wendy no matter what, especially because they having to pay for her fucking hotel now. Right. So yeah, y'all go to lunch with her. Somebody gonna have to go film with her because we paying for her to be here. So yeah, and I think with dinner, Wendy was gonna come no matter what. Wendy was gonna come no matter what. They played it off because what's her name? Jacqueline's Jacqueline's boss said no. And she came anyway because Ashley invited her. Somebody was gonna tell her where they was at, and she was gonna go.
And it just so happened Wendy was in the area.
Well, let me ask y'all a question.
Go ahead, Jay.
I don't think that Candace was really like trying to get her there and be like that person because I believe wholeheartedly that they was really trying to ice that bitch out. Like I believe. So I think maybe it's like I really think that she was not wanted there, and I think that I guess Ashley was trying to, but Candace was making an effort for her to be there.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the most interesting part about it all is that they didn't tell Wendy she had to leave. Wendy did leave on her own.
That is true.
That's why.
When you think back to it, she left on her own, and I feel as though she kind of allowed their little thing to go as planned. I wonder what would happen if she would have just stayed in the house.
Candace said Candace would have got into it with somebody because she ain't had no room.
Because all Mia would have did was sat there with her craters and whatever else and just been mad. She probably would have had the worst attitude because she really gave Mia that control by leaving. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave. If you get into it with somebody, don't leave. Stay. Hey, hold your ground.
No, bitch, you leave.
Right. I believe in staying.
Put me out.
I just feel like she just, because I do fully believe that she was crying at home. Like at the hotel room. I believe she was crying for real. Like I believe that shit really did hurt her feelings. Yeah. So I do believe that she just wanted to kind of get away from that shit because it's more so. I think she was gonna lose her job.
I understand why she left. It seems like she probably because when she made the comment about she was gonna beat the fuck out of her,
I think she was gonna fight somebody.
I think that was gonna be probably was gonna happen. But honey, I would have just had to just be like, I gotta stay my ground. But that's the Scorpio on me.
I would just hire some security.
I would have just set up in my room for like a few extra hours the next day and
cool down. Because my thing is, if she's coming to she came to the dinner. If she came to the dinner and she didn't want to pop her in, then obviously she cooled down shortly after, and she would do the same had she just stayed in the house. That's just what I think. But I don't know. Everybody different. Shout out to Love Jones on this comment. I got to mention it earlier. Says, can we talk about how cute Jasmine braids look? Asia bouncy curls. Okay, they are bouncing. They're all in my square.
Yeah.
And Cortez skin. Hello, Lane Avengers. What's going on, Love Jones?
I love Jones.
Thank you. Says, tell me y'all noticed production zoom in on the next. Yes, they did.
Yes.
It was like 1, 2, 3.
I was like,
it was sad.
I agree. Thank you, Love Jones, for the super chat.
Y'all see production zoom in on Giselle's wedges too. She had on some
wedges. They was like that tall. They was like the wedge was like that tall.
You can have a kitten heel or a big wedge. You can't have both. She had a kitten wedge.
That's for a lady in her 70s.
And it had a strap.
Yeah,
a strap around the ankle.
Oh Lord, that was sling. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the episode. So at dinner, Ashley goes out. She does. I see people in the chat talking about this faux mugler. How do you pronounce it?
Mugler.
I'm so tired of seeing those tights, the real ones, the fake ones, the whatever. I am so tired. She did not need to wear that outfit. I'm just gonna say that. TikTok got this lady all out of the moon because the things she are putting on are not very flattering.
She was never a cute dresser in the first place. It's just terrible now. She had them kids and got her snapback. She not wide body no more. She trying to prove it. Bitch, your outfits are ugly.
Wow. Yeah, it wasn't it. But she went out in her mugler or whatever it was, and she
her ferocious outfits.
Right. And she called Wendy and told Wendy to come. She wanted to come. She felt like she should be there. And yeah, I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all think she was out of line? Yes or no? No?
No, because when he was coming anyway. So
okay.
I mean, was she out of line?
Her producer texted her, said, call her and tell her to come. We sending her.
Definitely.
We sending her, so we need you to stick away.
It's the perfect opportunity for a show. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was she out of line? Yes.
Yes.
Was I 100% behind it? Yes.
Yes. Two things to be right at the same time.
That's what it is, Brittany. She don't have no hips. She just straight up and down like a popsicle.
She looked like
she doesn't have any hips. That's true.
She looked like a big ass licorice stick. And I really could not even. I hated it. Like I said, I stopped it. I said she looks like a fucking string of a bikini.
She looked like some licorice.
I hated it. I hated all of it.
She did. She looked like black licorice on the money. Jazz. That was a good call, Jazz. Good call.
Let's Taylor said Ashley when she's messy in our favor. I agree. That's funny.
But I'm okay with this kind of messy. Like we want a show.
Yeah,
a show. Be a housewife. Do that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And this is the kind of shit that we want. We don't want gang. We don't want gang slides. We want messy shit like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
But it also shows me fucking Nia's reaction to her and everything like that. Like to me, it's never the same energy.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's never the same
I thought
energy.
that too, Jasmine.
And it bothers me because it's just like it's so blatant that it just is like whatever. Fuck it. Kiss my ass.
You talking about Mia's reaction to Ashley?
Because I think had Candace done that, I think Mia's reaction would have been completely different.
And that's why Candace didn't do it. That's why Candace asked. Because
it was the most respectful thing to do, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I don't think that Ashley's wrong for asking the girl there because she should have been there. Because if Jacqueline dirty bra ass can be there, then so can Wendy who got a motherfucking flu. I mean, whatever the hell it is.
That's very true. That is very true.
You know, cut that shit out. That's why I'm saying.
Why y'all let the lady that ain't got no toilet just sit at the table, but y'all don't let the lady.
She look like she musty.
Musty as hell. Whole time. Sharing a shower. We don't even know if she got a good scrub down because she's sharing a fucking shower with the other girl. With her
and Robyn both looked pregnant to me during this episode.
All right, so let's get into. So when she comes back, Candace's face is like, "What this bitch did?" Because she was like, I don't know if they had talked about it, planned it. I don't know.
Did. It was,
but she definitely it was giving like, how did it go? Is she coming? And so she comes back. And she tells the group that she did invite her and she coming. You know, Ashley's son, Mia, told her, you ain't nobody, bitch. I'm day one. I'm an OG. So she coming. Real. And so, you know, at this point, the girls are upset. Sharice says that it's unfair for Ashley to make the decision for the group. I'm like, Sharice, shut up. You shouldn't be here either. And Ashley is just like, you know what? She goes ahead and orders her gyros with chicken. And continues to order, and Mia is just like, you disrespectful brat. You know, she calls her a brat. And so she said, I'm a brat. Like, is that what you want to call me? Well, then you're a bully. She's like, now I'm a bully now. And so from this exchange, Candace, you know, she had the exchange early with Jacqueline. She says, you're not going to jump in. That's your homegirl. Ain't that what you do? And Jacqueline tells her to shut up and sit down. And Candace says, I'm sitting, bitch. So that was that on that. So Robyn at this moment, after they go back and forth, Robyn tries to rationalize as well. She basically says, like, why would you invite somebody that they had a heated discussion with, argument with so soon? And Candace says, well, you know, I'm here. In other words, like, I'm sitting here across from Ashley, whoever else, and Mia. So what's the problem? But nobody's listening. And that's when Wendy arrives. And when she arrives, this is where I got upset, honestly, because when she arrives, you know, Ashley asks for them to give their stance on what happened. And Mia is very dismissive. She's not really trying to hear it. Wendy goes ahead, and I hate she did that. She gives an apology to Mia for being the person that, you know, I guess starred or aggravated the lady to make her throw a drink on her. Mia don't give shit. Mia is just like, oh, she talking to me? Very whatever. And I mean, that's just what happened. So what are y'all thoughts on this whole thing? The apology, the back and forth between Ashley and Mia? Thoughts starting with you, Antonio.
I like how Ashley handled Mia. It was pretty much like, bitch, you new here. And I said she's coming. I asked her to come, so she on her way up here. So I was good with that. I love that she called her a bully in front of everybody. I enjoyed that as well because I think Mia definitely deserved it, but she should have also put aggressive in front of that bully. The whole situation with Wendy showing up, and I hate it too that she did give an apology, but I kind of understand why. It seems like she maybe knows that they're trying to like ice her out. So maybe she's thinking like, okay, so I gotta try to do something to at least get on like a level ground, with them so they won't ice me all the way out. That's what I'm thinking. And that's why she did it. But I hate that she did it also, but I do understand why it occurred. And she held it together because I'm sure she heard the little, snarky remarks that were made on the other end of the table, and people scooting their chairs or not really wanting her to have a seat at the table. It was very shady, but I think she handled it well. And I'm glad Candace checked Mia's help once again. Bitch, you need to be sitting on the fucking end of the table somewhere. Like, you need to be having to pull up a chair from somewhere else to sit down. You shouldn't be sitting amongst the group of the women who's actually paid to film, because you ain't paid. Clearly you're not paid. You can't even go to the motherfucking dollar store and get motherfucking degree to put on under your arm, the invisible kind. You couldn't even do that. You didn't even have a piece of eyeshadow to slap on your motherfucking eyes. You couldn't even get a lash. You was borrowing lashes from the women. You took Sharice's lashes off her motherfucking eyes. Her bald-eyed ass didn't even have no lash to put on because she gave them to your broke, homely looking ass.
You better read her.
Jacqueline.
Go ahead, Jack.
For real.
Yeah, we done.
I'm really proud of you.
All right, I'm leaning out.
I am so proud of you because let that shit out. Because a motherfucking Jacqueline, dust bunny, dirty bra ass, fucking nappy head ass bitch. Who are you? Who the fuck does these people think they are? Like, that shit is really getting on my nerves. Because that bitch has looked dusty all day. She goes in fucking a red scatty strap dress to go ride the Lamborghinis and shit. Like, she's a busted bum. So the fact that she even had anything to say to Candace or anything, just whatever. I don't like Ashley. She is not one of my people. But I'm glad she called me. Okay, I'm glad that she is pulling some type of the pull and power that she should have been pulling from the jump when she got it. So that's all I see. I mean, that's all I see about it. But I don't think Wendy should have apologized because she didn't owe her nothing. And then Mia's reaction to the apology just made me Jocelyn's reaction to the apology me just be like, you know what? Like, I wish she could just took it right back and nobody heard me because she did not have nothing to apologize for. Because if you throw anything at me, attack me, throw a drink at me, bitch, I'm gonna say that's bitch. I was gonna say it, but I don't want you to think bitch.
I feel like at some point you can't be a bigger person. You always being a bigger person, you're gonna get your ass run over. You a weak bitch. And in this moment, Wendy is a weak bitch. I'm not gonna say I don't like the fact that she apologized. I really don't give a fuck that she did, but I know it makes her weak. It makes her a weak ass bitch. And I'm sorry, my fellow chocolate bunny, baby, you shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
And that's why I think she faked. That literally her apologizing is the reason I don't like her ass.
I agree. Well, man, no, I like her. I just wish she wouldn't apologize. I will say she
I don't know the lady that not like
her. She was already at the table. And my thing, I would have honestly had the same energy as as she had and been like, I'm not here to do that. I'm here for my friend's birthday. Karen, that's how I would have said it and moved on. Because that's how, Mia just basically paid her like she was nobody. Like, girl, she's on this platform before you. And realistically, she hands it to you every time y'all have an exchange. Y'all, you can't really keep up. So it's like, girl, stop it. You are in control for this. I can't wait till this trip is over. Because when it's over, I really can't see how she moves. She has no more power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
That's just that. Okay. So things get even more interesting after this because Robyn says she got something she want to put out there. Now, earlier we saw a scene with her and Giselle where she first pulled out the damn speaker. It wasn't a JBL, it wasn't Stone. I think it was probably the Best Buy brand. Probably
they got it from CB. She went to CBS.
It was from 5 and below. It was a 5 and below speaker, which I love 5 and below, but it wasn't the best speaker. That's why the audio was a little fuzzy as well. So she pulls out this speaker and says she got something that's very insightful that everybody should hear. She plays it, and I actually saved it because I'm gonna use this. You know, this is how I feel when I be at work. It was like Candace said, none of these bitches are real. All these bitches are fake. And what was the word she used that they
peddling their businesses.
Peddling their business. They little business.
That really hit a nerve. Hit a nerve. And so when this happens, Candace just like drops her face. And once the message finishes, so this is from her IG live or whatever. I didn't hear the whole IG live, but from seeing comments, it looks like there was a lot more said.
It was.
Later in the video, she actually talks about who she was referring to, but I didn't hear it, so I don't know. But based off of this clip, Robyn has the upper hand, just like the clip that she got of Wendy acting out versus what actually happened when she showed to Candace. And so Robyn is just like, so what do you mean everybody? Like, what is it about? You said everybody. And Candace goes to explain, but she basically says, well, if you heard it, I did say it. I said what I said, you know. And at this moment, everybody at the table looking like, wow, Candace, you would say that. Wendy's looking crazy. Karen looking crazy. And Ash is like, that's Candace. That's her. That's her on the voicemail. And so from that moment, what did y'all think when y'all heard that? You know, how Candace tries to explain it. I feel like, you know, in this, based off of this speaker, it does sound like she's talking about everybody, but she tells the group that, you know, Robyn, up until now, you were not a part of that. Karen, you know, you were not a part of that. She didn't say anything to Wendy. I don't think Wendy felt like it was towards her. Did y'all think she felt like that?
I hope she didn't.
She didn't say anything. I think she probably was trying to keep it cute. But what are y'all thoughts on that?
I think Robyn really thought that she did something, but it would have probably had a better or a bigger impact if it was from, you know, some type of private conversation, or it was left on somebody's voicemail, or, you know, a butt dial or something like that, and she heard it in the background. But because it was on her IG live, it's like, well, y'all can go pull it up and listen to it yourself if y'all, you know, really want to. But in there, she really did. She gave Robyn her props. She was like, she loves Robyn's hats and what they kind of stand for. And when Robyn comes out with her skincare line, she's going to make sure to support that. So she did kind of give them their props. And honestly, I didn't see the whole thing. I saw pieces of it. You can tell who she was speaking about. And you know, she wasn't speaking about everybody that was sitting there at that table. It was certain people that she was speaking of.
I agree.
I think it's so funny that Robyn remembered to bring a speaker, but not the rest of her ponytail from the first.
Jacqueline, clock out. Clock out.
Priorities.
I think it's so fucking funny that you had the audacity to remember a speaker, but not any better clothes. So I just think her priorities are just off. It was lame. She looks like and I'm sure that she heard all that shit. But like I said in the beginning of this shit, I think that when Candace did not react the way Robyn wanted her to the Wendy situation, that it was just a target on her and she don't fuck with her. So I just feel like, you know, she could have remembered her wig, or not a ponytail, anything but that dress with the ruffle. She could have remembered a lot of things. She chose to remember that fucking speaker, and that speaks a lot. That speaks a lot. So fuck Robyn. She's a bully, and she looks like a front. So it is what it is. I mean, fuck that. I wanted Candace to stand in that. I wanted her to really just be like, I said that shit. But just like I was watching it with my fraternity, fraternity buddy, it's like one of my best friends, and he's like, you would never have to tell me you wasn't talking to me.
Right.
I'm your fucking friend. I will not. I don't have to say, okay, but not you. Exactly. But you know, I don't have to say that if you're my friend. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's true.
Thick ankles, little ponytails.
And my thing is, she knew, and more than likely, just based off how the season was going, it was more than likely just really about Ashley and Giselle that were, maybe even Mia.
Yeah.
Maybe Mia. I mean, she's the only one with a business. Not anymore, because they took it away.
They never really had a business.
Asia.
I go to the boardroom all the time. Bitch, shut the fuck up. What is that? Because all I seen you do was push around some motherfucking 3-4 pamphlets, bitch.
That is what she did. She did move those pamphlets really hard last season. I remember.
Pamphlets. I really think that I think Candace was like, what the hell? She was like, I did, like, in her mind, she was like, I just did this last night or like a couple of days ago. Like, what are we listening to? And you peeped that she was like, oh, is that it? You're not going to play the end where I praised your business? Okay. Because she literally talked about Robyn for like 5 minutes.
Well, what she said in the table too was that, as a friend, like if you had concerns, so let's say Robyn only heard those 10, 15 seconds and didn't hear the rest of it, right? And she probably thought that. You didn't even try to come to me one-on-one. And what Robyn was trying to say was, well, you brought it up. She was trying to say, I brought it up in front of the group because it sounded like it was for everybody to hear. This is what Robyn has been doing this year. I don't know how she became a Delta. I don't know where she went to school at because she is learning new words finally. And she is using them. Everybody. Bitch. She said,
everybody. What is going on?
If Sharice had did that, everybody would have got hit.
Same with Mia. But my biggest thing is like, Robyn, you literally, clearly, like, I understood why Candace was upset about it because it's not about what she said, because she said what she said. I said what I said. It's the ambush of it all. Bitch, you're trying to ambush me and you're trying to get these hoes to gang slide on me. And you know it's not going to work. And in that moment,
Candace could have said anything differently, or y'all feel like
she could have said other things different, but Candace clocked out. Candace was clocked out before she even got there, if we're being honest. Candace, it's clear as day Candace didn't want to go on the strip. And I really feel like Candace would have bit the bullet and not even like filmed if she didn't have to go meet up with Trina. That was the highlight of the trip. Candace did not want to be there. She specifically said, "You're lucky my black ass came because I didn't want to come."
Mm-hmm.
And I think Wendy not being there at the house as well, since that seems like the person Candace is probably closest to.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, damn, and then my ace ain't even here, so
why am I here? Like, I know why I'm here, but she didn't took her time. Like, everybody took time off of their project to be there, so I get it. But Candace was not. Candace could have said other things, but she didn't care. She said it. It was just, I think she was really hurt that Robyn, her friend, who she actually praised on that, was trying to get bitches to gang on her.
Yeah. That was another thing, I think, also, because I think looking at it, it's like, damn, she really does fuck with Robyn. She really does like Robyn.
Yeah, she is really good friends with Robyn. I've heard her say before at her own mouth, don't mess with Robyn. She likes Robyn. Yeah. But I mean, I guess this is
friend, we don't.
So to have that person turn around and try to like
Yeah.
pull some shit out the bag on you. It's like, well, damn, I was kind of fucking with you, and now I gotta get you.
But Robyn is old as fuck, and she knows that. Like, I just feel like this shit is just so high school, and so, I mean, the woman is 40 years old. There's no way that you've had friends. You are
hard 40 years.
Hard 40. So is me a hard 52. So at the end of the day, like, it's like being oblivious to all this shit is just so mind-boggling to me, because it's just like you couldn't have been this person that was in the basketball wives group. You're in a sorority. You have all these lines and networks of different friends, and you can't tell me that shit is just not fucking common sense. Bitch, you knew what you were doing, pulling out that fucking shit out your cat and put it on the table for everybody to hear.
Okay, let's move on. We got this last part. All right, so this is where things get really interesting. For some it was sad, for some it wasn't. So Candace basically says, "This is how I feel about you, Ashley. This is how I feel about you. Like straight up, this is how I feel." She makes all these things or whatever. And Ashley says, "Well, since Candace is being honest, Karen, she told me that you were around sleeping, out of town with other men." And so when she says this, Karen just like stops and looks at Candace. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I think she was truly like hurt, in that moment.
I thought she was about to bust in tears. I did
too. It was like but you know what it gave? It gave more so like, I'm disappointed in you. And I think that's what she kept looking at her. And Robyn's like, oh, she mad. And so she, instead of just jumping to conclusions, she was like, what is she talking about? Did you tell her that? Candace said she didn't say it. She said she didn't say it, that she's lying. Ashley's like, oh yeah, you said it. You said it. And so Karen gets up, she storms out. I was like, hell no. And she says that basically, unless you have facts, unless you have the names, the men, shut the fuck up. And that's what it is. She gets out, she storms out, and goes to the bathroom. And so while she's at the bathroom, Candace and Ashley are having a back and forth. Candace says she didn't say it. Now, honestly, we saw her say it. We saw her say it.
We saw you, sis.
Now, the context of it is different. But if you're watching the show and you saw that scene a couple episodes ago, what Ashley said was true. And Candace is wrong. So what were y'all thoughts when this whole thing came out? I felt like, I personally, this is Candace's fault. Because she should have never trusted this heifer.
And somebody said that. I think it was Asia said that.
Yeah, we said when we talked about this when it came on our screens, I said that it was wrong then, with her saying that because it was unwarranted, and she shouldn't have been doing it with Ashley. Let's be very clear. Somebody who she clearly says she don't fuck with, and she don't think they're loyal, but she did. So this is all on her. But what were y'all thoughts on this whole exchange? Because when Karen does come back, Karen is just like, since y'all talking so damn much, what was said? Let's put it all out there. And so Candace is still denying it. She's crying at this point. I don't know if she was crying because she in her head she knew she said it, or did she really not remember? But what are y'all thoughts?
She didn't remember saying that shit at all. Because I think it would have been that same reply. Like, yeah, I said what I said because I was talking about you and Sharice beefing or whatever. I was talking about that's why y'all didn't get along. She would have literally, I think she would have mentioned like what I was saying was that's why you didn't want to talk to Sharice.
Yeah.
But she honestly, in her mind, she didn't say it because she didn't mean it. I don't feel bad for her because she shouldn't have said that shit at all. She shouldn't be talking about Karen because she knows she feels like in that moment or in general, she still feel a way about Karen calling HR on her ass.
That's what I was gonna say. I've seen comments where somebody said, I think Dr. C or somebody said was like, they don't feel bad for her because she did call and try to get Candace fired.
Yeah,
in the same thing, that would make her a hypocrite because she feels like Ashley is being vindictive, and at this moment, her and Karen are in a good space. So let's just be honest. Like, if she did say that, out of spite of that, then still wrong.
I really don't think she did say it out of spite of that. However, I think that she didn't mind talking about the rumors, spreading the rumor. Like she didn't shut it down. Like she used to shut other shit down.
Yeah.
But Ashley, because of that.
Ashley, I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry. Ashley also added her 2 cents too. Ashley
brought it up.
She set it up. She set it all up too.
And she knew what she was doing. She may be dumb when it comes to Michael, but she's smart when it comes to Candace because she knows Candace wants to be her friend. At the end of the day, Candace wants to be friends with Ashley. Let's just be honest. And it shows every single time there's a little window that she can get in there. And I think that's the only thing about Candace I do not rock with. Don't be that bitch friend. Be friends with black girls. Don't try to fit in with the white girls.
You don't think Ashley black?
No, that bitch is a white bitch. I'm sorry.
She mixed.
No.
She mixed.
She mixed.
She definitely plays the lighter card, I will say. So a lot of times she has over these last season. She's black. She is black, but she definitely plays the lighter card, I will say.
Yeah, half of her. Let's see. We know Robyn 59% white. So let's see what Ashley is. Somebody send her a test. Somebody send her.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I do not think that Candace. I think that Candace had forgotten the moment. I don't feel sorry for her either because she should not be talking to Ashley. Ashley has proven numerous of times that every time that she comes to her and thinks, like you said, that little window is open, that she'll go back and then say something in front of her group or disrespect her husband. And I think that it's just Ashley's nature and her personality. I do not like the fact that Candace is consistently wanting to be friends with her because just like you don't need that type of friend. She's not a friend to nobody. Yeah. So I do think that she gets genuinely hurt by all of them. I think at one point she thought all of them were her friends. So I just think that, you know, I just wish that she just would remember to stood in it. But I feel like Ashley has said something about that rumor in past seasons before. I feel like so has Giselle.
Oh yeah, no, this is so the rumor that they're talking about is the thing that's coming up soon.
It's from like season 2.
The blue eyes thing, the blue eyes. So I'm assuming that. So that's why her and Charisse are not friends because of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Like it wasn't anything new. The context, if you know the show Potomac, if you just started watching because of the fight two years ago, you probably wouldn't know. But if you watch the show from the beginning, you know who Blue Eyes is. We don't know who he is. You just know who he's referenced as.
He was a driver or something like that.
Driver, right? But we're gonna see more about the rumor. And I do agree, you know, with this. So people are saying, I see the comments about, you know, Ashley being vindictive. Yes, I hate that. So yes, Chase, she did win, but at the same time, she's supposed to be Karen's friend too. So using that was just very vindictive. And Ashley, Candace is right. She's very vindictive. So she has all the proof. Karen. Hopefully she don't kiki with this helper no more. No more.
Well, it's still kind of, I mean, I get it that I guess Ashley did her job in that moment by saying, oh, you're talking about loyalty and stuff like that on your live, but this is what you said about your good friend Karen. But even still, to me, in that moment, Ashley never said, I mean, we both talked about it. Yeah. And I want to say Ashley was the one that mentioned it first about, do you ever hear or do people tell you stories or something like that?
You said people tell me a bunch of rumors about Karen. I hear rumors about Karen all the time. Then Candace went in to say the rumor, but it sounds how Candace said it. It sounds like she was saying the rumor, like she was saying that's.
I get what you're saying. That she was like, yeah,
somebody else telling her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Ashley in that moment, she still, I mean, I guess she kind of did her job, I guess, to be like, oh, let me hold Candace's feet to the fire and let me bring this up. But she still was a little whack just because she didn't mention what she said about Karen.
She was just mad because Candace told that girl to her face how she felt. And she was like, well, since like she said, since Candace is being honest how she feel, let me tell you what else she said. Y'all see Dr. So for that moment, she ate it. But you know, it is what it is.
I feel like she won the battle, but she's the war. I don't think she's gonna win the war.
She would never win that. No. Not that with that little fake machine gun she be doing to her TikToks. No.
The last part of the episode, it actually wasn't filmed all of anyway. They had like Ashley actually filmed the majority of it in the car. So apparently, per Candace's story, Giselle goes home. She has to attend to her neck, her ankles, and when she go home, all the rest of the girls go out, and so we see little footage of all the girls kicking it. Robyn and Wendy, I heard one of them say, "I love you so much." Like,
Robyn.
Now I don't know why they would show that because we're watching the show here, and I feel like you guys are ruining the show.
Yeah.
And that's just me. I mean,
I think to me it was to show how, even if this wasn't the point of showing it, that's how I'm gonna take it, to show how much of a flip flop Robyn is. It's like, oh, you get Robyn alone, she gonna be good, and she eventually gonna talk to Wendy, and they was over there hugging and laughing and blah blah blah. But then she gonna get back with Giselle, and she gonna be on that bullshit again. This is how whack and flippity flop Robyn. Mm-hmm. Raggedy Wig Dixon is. You and your wig, get the fuck out.
No wig Robyn, no ponytail Robyn.
So they hang out. She said, I love you so much. That was weird. Mia and Candace are showing their titties and stuff like that. They having a good time. And so there is a call to Mia, and in the car, Candace and Robyn are screaming. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I fell out when Robyn said, so I'm horrible because I brought up what I saw when I was taking a dump. I said, what the hell is this?
She's
I'm tired of hearing about her and her bowels.
It was typical drunk. It was that. Look at Asia about to throw up. It was hilarious to me because you ever been like drunk arguing with your best friend? That's what
not talking about Dukian. No,
but basically in the conversation, Candace felt like Robyn was fake for bringing up the thing. Robyn could not really comprehend what the hell she was saying. She felt like she had to bring it up because she was taking a dump. So that's why she brought it up. Candace said she was fake, and they ended off by saying that they're done. They're done. Fuck you. I'm done. And this is all on the phone. So any thoughts on this thing? And yes, Derek, that is very Derek and I one time. Any thoughts on this final scene? Just hearing that and seeing it, because Mia was confused, child. I'd be confused too, hearing all the screaming and yelling and
Mia and her lips was laying in that bed relaxing.
What's going on, you guys?
Her lips wasn't relaxed, but she was.
They was relaxed as they gonna be.
That she drooled in her sleep.
Girl. She should have got her lips done wherever Portia got her lips done at.
I think it was legit a situation where it was because I do think they care about each other, and they done got drunk, and now you know how some people get a little emotional when they get drunk, and I think that's what it was. And Candace was just telling her, "Damn, you had hurt my feelings when you did that. You didn't have to do it like that. You could have pulled me to the motherfucking side and cussed me out. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do that." But for Robyn to say it was just like I was taking a dump, it was just so like a best friend. Like I'm giving you all this little detail right now that's probably TMI, but I'm saying it to you anyway, just because I want to paint the picture for you of what I was doing when I was scrolling and saw the damn video.
No, Robyn is a nasty bitch. She talks about her she talks about her period. She does this. What Asia do? She does that.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
Wait a minute, you were mimicking when Robyn did it for you.
Not look. Let me clarify so y'all don't. I'm not about to sit up here and be Candace. I don't do that. I was emulating what Robyn do to herself on television.
Yeah.
But she's nasty though. She talks about nasty things.
I will fuck myself.
Yeah, I will every night.
Yeah. She puts herself on television and she walks around naked in front of her teenager sons. The bitch is weird.
Oh yeah.
She's definitely 59% white, and that 59% definitely be taken over. That's disgusting. I was thinking, they mentioned her poop like 7 times in this episode. You would have thought we was on Watch What Happened Live and dump or poop was right here, and you supposed to drink every time you heard it. That bitch is disgusting.
She's nasty.
Just nasty. I'm sorry. Next, her and her little raggedy ass ponytail.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some callers. I used a new feature where it's like and we had some questions, so I'm gonna ask some of the questions individual to you guys, and then we'll get our callers on. But a question from Chase was: if someone invited a person you specifically said you didn't want to an event of on your trip, what would you do, Jazz?
I would not invite somebody on my trip. That's it.
What you mean?
I would not be in a position to be doing that. Like I would not be fighting my friends. If I brought you there, I'm gonna give you the same accommodations, even if we have an issue. So I don't think I would ever be in that situation.
No, what it is basically, if Antonio invited somebody on your trip,
you
didn't like, what would you do? That's what the question is.
I would pull him to the side. People have done that before. I have had that happen to me. So
you're gonna put me to the side and cuss me the fuck out.
I'm just gonna.
You gonna let us stay? You gonna let us stay?
I'm not gonna let her stay. Oh, they didn't ask that. You asked what I was going to go Antonio. I had to put Antonio to my friend, so I was just going to say,
Okay. There was another question from Love Jones. Says, do you feel production pays for all? I do. Well, a good percentage of it. I think they do, actually. And another question from Brittany was, do you think Ashley has an actual problem with Candace, or does she fake it for the show? I think they actually like each other, actually.
Candace said that actually when I watched What Happens Live. She said outside of the show, they like get along so good. Like if they hang outside of the show, she said, but when they filming, it's just like
because she thirsty, dry.
We got callers. We're gonna go ahead and get these callers on. Of course,
bring y'all ass on in here.
Hit the like button and subscribe. We finished all of our commentary, so we want to hear what y'all got to say. And our first caller, I'm gonna let this caller on first. Jazz, don't you jump him. I'm just saying, what's going on, TKC?
Oh, I ain't worried about that. Not today.
Oh, he balls up now.
Okay, listen, so I don't want to
Not today. I ain't worried about that.
I'm coming, Jazz. That's my sister.
What you got for us, TKC? And I did see you say that you didn't like what Robyn did to Candace.
Yeah, I don't like, because y'all know my two faves are Robyn and Candace. I think I don't understand why Robyn would do that, because like Robyn knows that Candace don't like Giselle. I mean, Candace was talking about Giselle and Ashley, so I'm not understanding like why she would do that. I think she was just mad because Candace wasn't on her side with the whole Wendy thing.
Okay.
But my thing is like, okay, I don't like Wendy, but girl, let Wendy have one friend, dang. But and Robyn, this
TKC said, damn, give her somebody.
Right,
like,
okay.
Yeah, and it's like all the girls, like, it's okay. And I'm not coddling Wendy or saying his excuse, because it couldn't be me, because ain't nobody about to send me to the hotel room by myself. I would be in that house like nothing happened. But I'm just saying, like, they all going out. Like, this like was probably the first episode I felt a little bad for Wendy. But it's like, girl, like, show up. You a part of the cast too. Like, girl, go. Like,
I agree.
Nobody got to invite you anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like what Robyn did to Candace. You could really tell Candace was really hurt. But I ain't gonna lie, Candace was a little bit gagged. Like, that's what got me. Candace was a little bit gagged now.
Right.
But yeah, Robyn was trash for that. And then like at the end when her and Candace was fighting, like, girl. And then when Wendy, and this is what I don't like about Wendy, it's like she wants acceptance so bad, girl. Who cares? Who cares? Like when she was at the end, she was telling Robyn, I love you or something like that. It's like, girl, please stand up. Like, who cares? Like, if they don't like you, they don't like you.
They don't work like that on this show, though. You know what happens if they don't like you. They're showing it though. So she gotta get somebody in her corner, and she has Candace, but it's not enough.
Giselle
has nobody liking her. She'll stand 10 toes down to her.
That's my point. Candace had nobody liking her at one point, and she ain't never like running high. She never went someplace by herself, went to a hotel room by herself. She stood 10 toes down. And my thing is, Giselle, girl, Giselle is losing her little foothold and whatever power she thought she had on the show. She's losing it quickly. So ain't no way Wendy thinking that Giselle got that much power to ice her out. Is Giselle, Robyn and Mia, they're doing Giselle dirty work.
That's what Candace did, yeah.
So it's like, girl, stand up. Like, you like, and you treat you how you let them. Like, girl, if Giselle treat you like, then treat her like bad. Treat her like shit bad.
That's true.
Okay, I agree. I agree. Wendy need to act like, listen, she a boss on CNN. She need to be a boss on this show. This is
like for real.
Season. And realistically, Wendy said next to Andy's neck last year, girl, put some respect on her name. I'm just saying.
That's my point. She got all this mouth, but why is she acting so timid around these girls? Why is she going to the hotel room and hiding and doing paperwork? Girl, you in Miami. What is
not paperwork?
She was grading papers.
She was grading papers.
Lame. You lame.
We got some more calls. I'll let you go, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
She needs to pull up in the street. She needs to have as much confidence as she did when she tried to manipulate.
You can't see how dumbass doing paperwork.
What's going on, Derek? Not paperwork. I'm weak.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Hi, Derek.
Yes, Derek. What's up, Derek?
What's up, y'all? My commentary is not really so much about the show, but more so about what happened on Watch What Happened Live. So first of all, I don't know where they picked these girls from. Jacqueline is weird. One. I am still not over the fact that a scholar was not asked back.
Yeah.
And I love
I'm sure you saw that last night.
Yes. I love how Candace questioned Andy on Watch What Happened Live about a scholar not being asked back. And he did not have an answer for her. I would gladly take a scholar over Jacqueline any day. She is so weird. She is so dry.
And dusty.
And
she can't even brush her teeth.
Yeah, so another thing, it is so obvious to me that these women set up and say they don't want someone on, and they do everything in their power to get that person off the show. It is so dumb for Robyn to not want Wendy around because Wendy is the only person that Robyn is fighting with. I would invite her to every dinner so I can have something going on so they can keep me around as well, because ain't too much long for Giselle to hold me around on this show. It is so stupid, but that's all I really had.
Miss Robyn is, honestly, we've said for seasons Robyn ain't doing nothing. This is the most we've talked about Robyn in ever. And Robyn is the real villain of this season. She is the villain. She is the one.
Is she the villain or is she a puppet?
She's the villain. No, at this rate, Giselle to me is fading to the back. Giselle
is the puppet master. She got her hand.
No, I don't think so. I think this is really Robyn. I think it's
really Robyn.
Robyn sold about 10 hats. She said, so she sold whoever bought those hats, y'all have gassed this lady up because
now she asked for prenup for them damn
baby. She sold them hats. All right, Derek. Okay, thank you for calling me. All right.
Bye, Derek.
All right. Our next caller is going to be Tawana. What's going on, Tawana?
What's up, Tawana?
Hi.
What is up?
Okay, so this episode, I would give it a 6 out of 10. It was the same old, bullying from the colorist crusaders. I think Mia is so childish and she needs to sue whoever did her lips. And Robyn,
it's like a monkey's ass.
Yes, and Robyn, red was the perfect hair color for her this season because she is acting like a straight clown. Like, she is a mess. My favorite.
Tawana, you better
write those down, Tawana.
My favorite part of this episode was when Candace said, when she said to Giselle, "It's raining on you because you evil." Oh my God, Candace is just so quick with the reads. And I do agree with TKC about Dr. Wendy running off and staying in a hotel. If I was Wendy, I would have walked in that restaurant and hit them with that, "Hey girls," like Kathy Hilton did to Lisa and Erica at the reunion. I would have showed up and showed them girls that I'm not bothered at all by them. And I do agree with the last caller about Watch What Happens Live. It was really good. And I really think the guy, I think his name was Matt Rogers. I think he should host the reunion.
I don't know though, because you could clearly tell he was not a fan of Giselle or Robyn. So I don't know.
Yeah, he might be a little bit too biased, but I think he will hold them accountable. And that's what we need. We need somebody to hold them accountable.
That's true.
And one more thing. I have a question for Cortez. Last week you said that you were at the final taping of this season's finale.
And I told you I can give you all the tea.
Okay, I don't want the tea. All I want to know is Mia feet really that big in person? Or is Candace and Ashley exaggerating? Like, is her feet really big or are they exaggerating?
Her feet, I don't think they're size. Well, I don't know, because women.
Well, Wendy went up to a 14 last night.
Yeah, she's a size.
I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't looking at her feet. I just was looking at. We was taking shots and we was drinking. We was having a good time. I don't know.
I missed it.
No, I don't know. Asia was supposed to be there. She couldn't make it.
I got COVID.
Because I know Asia would have been clocking tea.
But I don't
literally had COVID because I would have been there and I would have been looking at me like, big old foot. Tawana, I would have told you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If I ever see her again, I will look at her feet.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Tawana.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, our next caller is going to be, who is this? Is Jamal coming? Who is this? What's going on? Is Jamal coming? Because I don't know if Jamal coming.
You gotta unmute yourself, baby.
Hey.
I know.
You got 10 seconds.
Like 3 more seconds. I'm gonna let this last caller on. Oh,
hi. I just want to talk about the show.
Who is this?
Jamie. No, I'm just playing. No.
What you got for us is Jamal coming? Because you don't want us to know your name, so we'll take it. What you got for us? We can't hear you though. I think you muted again. Hold on.
Hey.
Go ahead. We hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, I just want to say, I think I have a little bit of an echo, but I just don't, I don't understand this season. It's just so boring so far.
You think so? Uh-oh. I think she's having some technical difficulties. Because it's like she can, I don't know, but listen.
Yeah, I think it's really boring.
I think you're delayed. Can you hear me now? Or is it taking the time to get there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, is Jamal coming? We're gonna have to get you on back on. Our last caller for today is Kyra. What's going on, Kyra?
Hey, Kai.
Hello, everyone. I don't know how I'm going to follow Tawana and her jokes because I don't have any.
I gotta find out about these feet because she come through.
I think that we need to reframe what's happening right now, because last season when Ashley and Giselle and Robyn came to Wendy with the bullish, she handled it. And she kept coming around doing her thing. She had her little cry with Karen, and then she showed up the next day in her swimsuit and her braids. I think it's very different this season when you go out of town, sit down, someone intentionally picks a fight with you over business that's not yours, then assaults you with a drink, then tries to hit you with a personal phone, and everyone's okay with it. I don't know if I personally, and Winnie almost caught herself, coming out of herself. So I don't know if I personally would try to force my way in a situation where I feel like I'm not going to be physically safe in an environment where everyone said violence is not the answer.
I agree.
So I think that's a little bit different. If this was just another rumor or something like that, I think it would have gone down differently versus someone trying to be physical with me and now everyone's okay with it.
Stick around and keep saying that though.
But I mean, she said her piece. I'll hang out with my friend whenever. I'll come to the last dinner, but I just have my alone time in Miami. Because what
she said, she just made the best of it. She kind of just she was in Miami. It's just I don't know. I feel like I would, if I was Candace, I would have did more scenes with her on the side. And I think that was what I
can get that.
Because when the news broke, it gave as if they wouldn't film with her and she was told to leave, but then we find out what happens. I don't know.
Sure. I can get that. And then more effort but also it's just strange because someone said this trip has been very boring because that was the first day. The second day they went to go have lunch with her. And then the last day it was the boat and the dinner at the Greek place. This trip was very dry and very boring. So also kind of where else is she supposed to pop up? Because it's not like Mia really had a lot of activities going on.
She could have planned her own activities.
That I can get with. She could have had plans.
That would have been hot.
Yeah, so I can get with that plan, Asia.
I would have found a Groupon too, bitch. I could log on.
Someone said the whole trip was sponsored. Yeah, it's Groupon. The house looks very Groupon-ish. The $95 an hour Lamborghini, only 2 cars, Groupon-ish. The paddle boat and the toxic water, Groupon-ish. It's terrible for this boss lady.
Not the toxic water.
It was a lazy river.
In Boca Raton.
It was a canal.
I don't know why she did this to herself, because I feel housewives have their delusions, but me as a kind of person, she has her delusions and she also tries to force that on other people and judge other people for it. And so this boss lady with $450,000 in the DMV area, which is not that a lot after taxes, if she's supposed to be such a boss lady as she says, then we come on a trip and this is what we got, and you call my stuff low budget? No, ma'am. And I feel Chase, he was in the comments. I want to talk with him a little bit. I feel like Ashley got Candace, but Robyn didn't, because for me personally, Robyn looked lame pulling up a clip of a live where in the same live Candace does big up Robyn for almost 5 minutes for her businesses and her future business. To me, that looks lame. It looks like you are trying to have an issue with Candace because you feel some way about what you're doing. Because there's no way I would. I think it was Jasmine saying if it's not about me, I wouldn't be upset. And also, there's just no way I would try to blast my friend for something. Talk about because she wanted to pull in everyone, and Robyn was also mad, it was towards her. And literally for 5 minutes, Candace is going up for Robyn. So to me, that's why it's lame and it's a plot and ploy. Ashley did get her. I don't like that heifer. She did get her. I do feel like Candace wasn't lying. I feel like genuinely Candace forgot, because you can see her looking up trying to think. And so I watched the preview, and apparently that conversation was a month ago. And so she's like, oh, I'm going to apologize, because apparently she's going to invite Karen to something, and she's going to talk to Karen because she says, I was wrong. And she says, oh, I know now because the producer told her, she said, and she's like, oh. So I feel like she genuinely forgot.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
I mean, they rolled the camera back. Production showed us that, listen, nobody's exempt from being clear. So they took it back, and she did indeed say it. Now I'm curious how things go in the future, to where, you know, does she realize? Does she remember that she said it, or how does it go? But
no, she says a producer told her.
Wait, you said what now?
In the preview for the next episode, she says, oh, I need to, because she's setting up for her, you know, her graduation, and she's going to invite Karen. And so she says, I need to talk to Karen because I was wrong. And then the producer asked her, somebody in the, you know, the green screen was like, oh, when did you remember? And she's like, a producer told me. So I genuinely feel like she forgot. Producer told her, like, girl, you said it. So she's going to go ahead and talk to Karen about it. So that's why I say I don't really see her lying, because I feel like I have not really seen Candace lie on this platform like that. So I'm gonna give her this one, because I feel like I saw her looking to see and trying to remember, even more so with the conversation being a month ago. It's not like it was a conversation in that week and then Ashley was trying to throw it up. This was a month ago. I don't know if I would remember.
It's because she did. It is also because she didn't say it the way Ashley presented it, that she was like, she's lying. I didn't say that shit. Because in her mind, she didn't say it. She was pretty much repeating it or saying why they weren't cool.
Yeah, so I will give this one to Ashley, but I think that I'm never going to go for Ashley because Ashley only has this platform. Regardless, though, Robyn's a lame-o. She set herself up for this because she looks like a loser.
She got Sheila.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
yes, Sheila in the bridge.
Yes. I love Sheila, actually. All right, Kyra, we gotta
Thank you.
Thank you for calling, okay?
Thanks, Kyra.
Thanks, Kyra. It's a blast.
Chase was trying to get up in here. I think it's why he popped up on the screen. Y'all want to hear from Chase real quick, or y'all we gotta
let him come on and hate on.
Come on in here, Chase. Come on in the room. We got a few seconds.
Senior. Come on.
I ain't gonna be long. How y'all doing? That's good to hear from y'all. Oh my goodness, I love being with you. But I heard somebody had my name in their mouth, and that's why I had to come up. Don't quote what I said, baby, and get the quote wrong, okay? All right. So for everybody in the comment section, as I like to call it, the group chat, when you come up on the stage and you mention my name, you get it right. Okay?
Who did it?
What was the quote?
I don't know. Carol said my name and I blacked out, and I just got on the phone.
I'm like, what the hell, Jake?
I'm gonna be very quick. You know, I said what I said in the chat, and that's what I mean in the group chat. And when I say the group chat, I'm talking about the comment section here on YouTube, guys, not our personal group chat. But I said what I said in there, and I meant it. Candace definitely got the girls together at the beginning of the episode, and at the end of the episode was her receipt. I don't personally believe that she forgot in the moment, and the only reason why I question it is because she started crying. And so for me, when she cried, it was like, if you don't know what you said, then why are you crying? You know what I mean? So that kind of gave me, but I don't know. For me, it just was kind of like, okay. But whatever, tomato, tomato. We won't get into that. About this group trip, whether Mia planned it, whether production planned it, I am very sick of watching these Black girls go on these base model bargain basement ass group trips, and the other cast get the luxury and the top of the top, whether it's coming out the girls' pockets, whether production is paying for it. I am over it, and I am tired of seeing girls eat sandwiches. Where's the fine dining? The girls didn't go to Kiki on the River. There was no yacht. Like, I am sick of it. There's an actual Housewives city in Miami. Why not have a crossover with one of the girls taking the ladies out for an evening or something like that? There was so many missed opportunities, and I just need to know why the Black girls keep getting the short end of the stick when it comes to these group trips. Like, I haven't seen Fabulosity from an Atlanta cast or a Potomac cast in quite some time. And honestly, I cannot. Can anybody point out a fabulous Potomac group trip for me? Because I don't feel like they've ever gotten one.
Last year they had a nice one.
What was it?
The house that was down the street in a couple hours.
They were not even out the state, were they?
Okay, but it was a nice house.
Child.
And there wasn't enough bedrooms for them, so that, you know what I mean? We can do that too. But anyways, y'all did another great show. Y'all on one. Baby, this is the hottest show on Monday night. So proud of y'all. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Chase.
All righty. That was our lovely, our very own Chase coming on here.
They really
He
just had
said
to
get his name right. He
He
said Kyrie got it wrong. Huh?
All they had to do was copy and paste what Atlanta did when they went to Miami. Like,
I forgot about that. When Kim Fields right?
Yeah.
Yes.
When the girl got knocked out by her nephew.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that was so funny.
All right, we got to get ready to lead out, y'all. We have reached our time here today. Really good show. Thank you, Jazz, Asia, and Antonio. Thank you to our callers, Chase, Tawana, Kyra, Derek. Who else called? TKC. And then Jamal is coming next time. We'll let you in, but you got to get that audio together, baby. Just saying. So, with that being said, like this video, subscribe. We're here every Monday. If you're watching Salt Lake City is actually moving to Wednesdays because the time moved up. So we'll be on directly after the episode airs at 9 Eastern. And then Real Housewives of Miami starts this week, and that will be on Thursdays tentatively. So with that being said, like the video, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all next time. Okay, y'all have a good night.
Peace.